The animated Anarchy series presents the animated Hour of Power.
All right, what's up, everybody? It's Saturday night. We are live. It is episode 29 of Animated Hour of Power, Stage 3. I'm your host, Dutchy, joined as always by Money E.
What's up?
All right, Sean is with us.
Hello.
And Wildcard Dave is here.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah. And yes, Sean, reading the bottom of your screen there, yes, the Buffalo Sabres are playoff bound so far. It would take something really massive to screw that up.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Which the Tampa Bay Lightning right now, like they were like first place in the division and they've lost like 4 or 5 in a row. So they might find themselves out of the playoffs if they don't get it together.
Yep.
All right, we're not here to talk about hockey. We're here to talk cartoons. Tonight here for the Animated Hour of Power, episode 29, we have The Life and Times of Juniper Lee taking on My Life as a Teenage Robot. My Hero Academia takes on Samurai Champloo. By the way, if Samurai Champloo gets the sweep here, then they will be a perfect 3-0 with 90 points. Also, we have Count Duckula taking on Garfield and Friends, and the main event is Scooby-Doo, Where Are You, taking on Thundercats. If you've never seen the show before, we're going to run the randomizer in a little bit. 5 categories are going to be selected. These guys are going to judge. If a show wins 3-0, 30 points. 3-1 is 20 points. 3-2 is 10, and 5 for the loser. If you are swept, you lose 10 points. Now, if Eric, because he is the only one eligible right now, because Sean used his power to change a couple weeks ago. I used Dave's power last week because I was in place of Dave as Dave was hosting.
Yes, sir.
If Eric sees a category he does not like and wants to switch it out, he can make the suggestion. Either Dave or Sean have to agree to it in order for it to happen. And if Eric uses his power in this episode, then it resets for Wednesday and everybody will have that power back again for Wednesday's episode of Animated Showdown. So let's go ahead. Let's get this rolling.
Get that randomizer up.
All right. Can everybody see the screen?
Yep.
All right. It's just going to be one click. And here we go. All right. So we have memorable moments, theme song, voice acting, character development, and originality. Eric, it's up to you if you want to change something.
Out, Eric. Do it. Do it.
Huh?
Do it.
I'm gonna change voice acting to overall enjoyment.
All right. Can I get a second?
You want to do voice? You really don't like voice acting, do you, Eric?
I agree.
All right. Sean agrees. All right.
God damn it, Sean. I was gonna work him up a little bit.
Yeah. Well. All right.
Are you gonna say no, Dave?
No, I was gonna say yes.
Okay.
I was
I don't
just
like
working
over-
it
I
up.
don't
I was
like
gonna be
that.
like, man, you really like this. I'm gonna have to really hurt your feelings here and give you a yes.
Sean's just like, let's just get the show on the road here.
Yeah, Sean's a party pooper sometimes.
Thank you,
Everybody
Sean.
takes note.
I mean, he's doing it mostly so you can just agree with him more than you'll agree with Dave. All right, so now that means it's on Wednesday, everybody has the power to switch up again. But all right, so the categories are going to be for this episode: memorable moments, theme song, overall enjoyment, which Eric changed from voice acting, character development, and originality. So how do we feel about all this?
I think it's a good overall good choices.
Sean?
I agree.
Yeah, I think it's decent.
All right. Yeah, I kind of like this lineup myself, so we'll see if it we'll see if voice acting, if the removal of voice acting hurts anything. Because I still think with the change that was made a couple weeks ago when Sean used his to take out, I think it was merch, and he put in character development. I think that it hurt, Gem and the holograms and caused them to get swept. Last week when this past Wednesday when I used it and I took out voice acting and put animation, I think I may have done a little bit of damage to, I don't know, maybe Fairy Tale would have gone on another category if voice acting was the third one. But, who knows? All right. So now we are going to start with the first battle. Life and Times of Juniper Lee is going to take on My Life as a Teenage Robot. Life and Times of Juniper Lee 1-1, 20 points in the division of Kenny West. My Life as a Teenage Robot 1-1, 20 points in the division of Sue Hummer, who happens to be my mother. So by the way, these two people live together. Kenny rents a room. Well, for now, he's a little bit of money away from actually owning the house, but for right now, rents a room from my mother. So I get to pit them against each other, which is always fun. All right. So we start with memorable moments. By the way, it is Cartoon Network versus Nickelodeon. We've had this battle so many times of Cartoon Network versus Nickelodeon. Who had the more memorable moments? Sean, you get to start us off.
Which one did you start with?
Life and Times of Juniper Lee taking on My Life as a Teenage Robot.
Gotcha. I gave this one to Juniper Lee.
Okay.
I just remember the moments that I just remember are just like me laughing a little more.
Fair enough.
That's honest.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead, Eric.
I went the opposite. I went My Life as a Teenage Robot. I thought there was more moments there because of the stories.
All right. Well, Dave, you tried screwing with him at the beginning of the show. Now he's making you break a tie.
Yeah, and I actually agree with Eric here. I went with My Life as a Teenage Robot. I think their 44-minute special episode was pretty good. The escape from the Cluster Prime, where they're dealing with the villain Vexus. I thought that was a pretty good episode. It's pretty memorable for me. The body horror one where the exoskin is coming to life. So like she's kind of like experiencing like human sensations for the first time and stuff like that as a robot, which I found pretty unique and kind of different and kind of memorable at the same time. So I went with My Life as a Teenage Robot.
Okay. All right. 1-0 is My Life as a Teenage Robot. They win the first category, 2 more, and then they sweep. We move on. The next category is theme song. who had the better theme song? Eric, you're going to start.
I thought they both had decent theme songs, but I give it to Jennifer Lee.
Juniper.
Jennifer Lee.
Juniper.
Jennifer.
There's a joke there, but I can't make it on air.
Moving on.
All right. Sean, go ahead.
I gave this one to Teenage Robot. I
Okay.
enjoyed their theme song just a tad bit more.
All right. Hello, Danielle. Sean, or not Sean, Dave, you get to break another tie.
Yeah, and I'm sticking with My Life as a Teenage Robot. I thought it was a little bit better. I thought it was a little more iconic of a theme song as well. I kind of like the pump pump rock type of style that they got. I thought the lyrics were kind of catchy as well. So that's why I went with My Life as a Teenage Robot.
Okay. I mean, personally, I would have gone with Juniper Lee, but that's just me. All right. 2-0 Teenage Robot. One more, and then they sweep it. We go to overall enjoyment, and Dave, you're going to start this one. Which one did you enjoy more?
I'm sticking with My Life as a Teenage Robot. I enjoyed watching that a lot more. I thought it was a little more action packed, and it was just more my style. Juniper Lee, I feel like, was kind of a rip off of American Dragon.
I mean, that's exactly what it was.
Yeah, exactly. So like,
I mean, there's really no denying that.
yeah. So like, I already got a show like that, and I prefer the other one over that one. So I mean, I like My Life as a Teenage Robot a little more because it's its own thing. It's not a mimic.
Okay. All right, Sean. Yo, Sean.
Sorry, I muted my mic. Teenage Robot I had here. I like this show a lot more. Got me more entertained.
Okay. All right, Eric.
I went the opposite, but it doesn't matter. So I just preferred that show better.
All right. You preferred it, but you can't even pronounce her name. All right.
I know.
My
I just
life
caught
as
me.
my life as a teenage robot is going to take it 3-0. They're going to get the sweep, so therefore they're going to get 30 points out of it. Juniper Lee is going to lose 10. And it's funny. So My Life as a Teenage Robot in stage 1, they get swept by Hey Arnold. And
Hey, Arnold's a beast of a show, though.
yeah. Their last two matches that they've had in stage 2 and stage 3, My Life as a Teenage Robot, have been sweeps.
Wow.
So they're doing what Transformers is doing, right? What Transformers did. Transformers got swept in stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. They did the sweeping. So they're starting to come back.
Yep.
So
this voice acting would have changed anything, guys?
No, not in my opinion. No.
all right, so you still would have had Teenage Robot win.
Yeah, for the most part.
Well, would it have won? Was it going to win voice acting?
No.
All right, so they still would have won, but they, in your opinion, they would not have swept if voice acting was still the category.
Yeah, I was gonna base mine off of the other twos because mine was pretty close between both of them.
All right,
I
Eric.
had Jennifer Lee.
Okay. Dave.
For voice acting, I had Juniper Lee.
All right, so Eric, you caused Juniper Lee to get swept.
Oops.
Sean did it to Gem and the Holograms 2 weeks ago. I did it to Fairy Tale last week. You screwed over Juniper Lee.
So the trend continues.
Yeah. All right. We move on to the next battle, which is our anime battle for the
Wait.
evening. My
So
Hero
your mom has Jennifer, right?
No, she had Teenage Robot.
Oh, okay. Kenny West did. Oops.
Yeah. That's all right. You're not around him enough for him to hate you anyway, so. All right, we move on to My Hero Academia taking on Samurai Champloo. My Hero Academia is 2-0 with 30 points in the division of Nick Visco. Samurai Champloo is 2-0, 60 points in the division of Mike Burns. Like I said, if Samurai Champloo pulls off the sweep, they're going to be 3-0 with 90 points. I don't know if that's going to happen. We're going to find out in just a matter of seconds. We start with memorable moments. Dave, your genre, so you get to start.
Yeah, and for memorable moments, I'm going with My Hero Academia here. I feel like you got memorable moments in every episode, pretty much. Whether it be comedic or action packed, you got moments where the main character is kind of like disregarding his body to finish the job, and stuff like that, and he does that quite a bit. And there's a lot of like different cool scenarios where the hero's just overcoming the villain and vice versa, and it really stands out and makes for really cool episodes. um, and I really like what they got going on in there. It's my type of anime. um, so I'm going with My Hero Academia here. I just thought its moments were peak. I thought they had a bunch of funny ones as well. So I'm going with them.
All right, Eric.
I went with My Hero too. As Dave said, I thought there was better stories and stuff.
All right, Sean, I know this is your wife's favorite.
Yeah, I have My Hero winning in this one as well.
All right, so no sweep happening for Samurai Champloo, but My Hero Academia is up 1-0. They could possibly sweep. We go to theme song. Sean, who had the better theme song of the two?
Oh man, this was a tight one for me too, but I stuck with My Hero Academia. I just thought it was, more just more interesting.
Now,
more engaging.
When you were scoring this, was Danielle standing behind you with a frying pan in her hand, ready to strike just in case you made the wrong decision?
I can and cannot confirm that allegation.
All right, I'm just checking, because just in case we start getting more, letters from the audience, when they hear her scream, just in case they get concerned. So, all right, Dave, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sticking with My Hero Academia here. I just like its high energy. It's it's pretty catchy. It's got a good vibe, and I think it fits very well for the action-packed kind of superhero theme that they got going on.
All right. Eric?
Yeah, I agree with these guys. I thought it was just the overall theme just set the tone for the show.
All right, My Hero Academia is up 2-0. They can sweep if they win the next category. Overall enjoyment.
You saw this coming.
I did.
All right, well, Sean, it's your wife's favorite show, so you get to start.
Yeah, I'm sticking to My Hero Academia.
Smart man.
I enjoyed the story more in that one.
Yep.
All right, Dave?
My Hero all the way. That show is really good. I enjoy it.
All right, Eric?
Yep, I enjoyed My Hero more too. The stories were better.
All right, another sweep. My Hero Academia, they're going to get the 30 points. Samurai Champloo loses 10. So, but now My Hero Academia moves up to the 60-point range. And right now they're tied for first place in their division with Magic School Bus, but Magic School Bus will be going in a few weeks, so we'll see what happens there. All right, moving right along here. Garfield and Friends versus Count Duckula. Garfield and Friends 2-0, 40 points in the division of Stephanie Cano. Count Duckula 0-2, negative 20 points in the division of Bobby Lovewell. If Count Duckula gets swept here, then they will move into negative 30, which is still going to be bottom of the barrel. Nobody has gotten there yet, although this stage is only a couple weeks in, so it's still fresh and new. All right. Memorable moments we start with, and Eric, we start with you.
Memorable moments. I went with Garfield and Friends. The moments just stuck out more, and I think Garfield itself is just memorable.
Okay. All right, Dave?
Yeah, I went with Garfield as well. I just thought it was a little more relatable moments as well. Like, his laziness, the sarcasm, the eating, it's a little relatable and it's pretty funny. Especially, the laziness and sarcasm, especially with the different moments between the characters like Odie, Garfield, and John. So I think it makes for better moments, and I'm going with Garfield.
All right. Sean?
Sweep it.
All right. So Garfield is up 1-0. 2 more, and then they sweep. We move on to theme song. Now, this one might be a little tricky because Garfield switched theme songs after the third season, or at the beginning of the third season. They switched the theme song. That theme song was very catchy. The first one was kind of more of a show tune. But then they moved to something that people most remember the show for. But Dave, we're going to start with you. Who had the better theme song?
I went with Count Duckula here. I just thought they did a very good job with the atmospheric tone with it. It kind of gave me like a reminiscence of like a Michael Jackson Thriller type deal. Kind of like a pop heavy 80s type deal. So I thought they did a pretty good job with that. And I thought it was highly energetic and, got that gothic kind of vibe pretty good into that theme song. So I went with them.
All right. Sean?
Yeah. I also went with Count Duckula.
All right. Well, they're not going to get swept. All right. Eric?
I went the opposite. I went Garfield and Friends. I just remember that more.
Okay. All right.
So we're these guys went the opposite.
Count Duckula had a really good theme song. If you have a really good theme song, then obviously it gets recognized.
Yeah.
And plus, just because you have the taste of one doesn't mean these guys are going to have the taste of another.
No, it is fair.
I mean, if we actually paid them to do the show, then that might make a little bit of a difference. But since they do it for free, they have their own opinion.
No, I'm not knocking their opinion. I'm just saying I was surprised.
Yeah. I know you're not knocking. I'm making it sound like you're knocking your opinion because I'm trying to start stuff. So, trying to make the show interesting. All right.
Yeah.
It's 1-1.
What are you talking about over there, Eric?
Yeah. All right. 1-1. We move on to the third category, overall enjoyment. It is not voice acting anymore. It is overall enjoyment. I think I know where it would have gone if it was voice acting, but it's overall enjoyment. And Sean, I'm going to start with you.
I have Garfield and Friends winning this one. That show is just too perfect.
All right, Dave.
I went with Garfield and Friends here as well. I really like the mood of Garfield. I like how he's very sarcastic. I really dig that. I think it's hilarious. And it just makes for a good watch. It doesn't matter, like if you're sitting there and you want to just throw on something in the background, just for giggles and laughs, but you don't have to pay attention. You could throw on Garfield. So I prefer that.
All right, Eric.
Yep, Garfield and Friends.
All right, they're up 2-1. They can win it in the next category, which is character development. Who had the better character development? Dave, why don't you go ahead and start?
This one was a little bit tougher for me. But I went with Count Duckula. I think in Garfield they kind of stay more static. There isn't like a huge change in their characters. They're kind of like Garfield is who he is. You don't see like a huge change. He's more of like a static character. He's always going to be that lazy, sarcastic cat. So I went with Count Duckula here.
All right, Eric.
Yeah, I went Count Dracula too because there wasn't that much character development in Garfield and Friends.
All right,
If
Sean.
any.
I went with Count Duckula. It's like Garfield and Friends could stay. It's like Dave said, they kind of just stay the same.
They just didn't-
Yeah, they had a formula and they just stuck with it.
Yep.
Now, it's not that formula wasn't successful. You had 6 seasons of the show. So obviously something worked, but yeah, you didn't really develop it. It's basically just, okay, you have a cat who's lazy. You have an owner who knows his cat is lazy. And tries to do stuff about it and thinks he's doing something about it, but he's really not. And you have a dog that just barks. All right, we're going to the 5th category. It is originality. Who had the more original concept? Sean, I'm going to start with you.
Oh man, I was hoping. I almost choked.
Don't do
I
that.
gave this one to Count Duckula. Just because of I don't know. Every time I watch Garfield, it's also like watching what's that other show?
Heathcliff.
Yes, thank you. It's like watching Heathcliff.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically, they're basically the same. I mean, Heathcliff is a little different, obviously, because he actually leaves the house.
Yeah,
but it's pretty much it's the same show. Eric, you're gonna go next.
Yeah, I went with Count Dracula here too. Sean, persuade me.
Also, with Sean this time.
Yep. You made
don't worry, Eric.
Yeah.
I still haven't forgotten that you called me just all right.
All right, Dave.
Yeah, I went Count Duckula here. I thought it was highly more original just because like it didn't follow like the traditional vampires either. Like it was a vegetarian vampire who was resurrected with ketchup. And it had like unique premises, unique tones to it. I thought had a little bit more creative world building around it as well. So because of that, I went with Count Duckula.
All right, they win it 3-2. They're not going to go they're not going to go to -30. As a matter of fact, they go to -10 now. So they're starting to climb out of the hole. Garfield still gets 5 points. They had a little bit of an opportunity to kind of get ahead in their division a little bit and pass Animaniacs. They couldn't get it done. Count Duckula gets his first win and starts climbing out of the hole. I think it's a little bit of an upset, just because of how bad Count Duckula has been getting beat up.
Yeah, I think it's a huge upset.
Yeah, but it's it's the categories. So,
Yep.
All right, main event time. Scooby-Doo, Where Are You versus Thundercats. Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? 1-1, 20 points in the division of Mark Ritchie. Thundercats, 1-1, 10 points in the division of Patrick Lehman. By the way, Scooby-Doo, Where Are You is in a division that also includes One Piece and Rugrats. One Piece last week this past Wednesday lost to Dragon Ball Z. And Rugrats last week beat King of the Hill. So Rugrats right now is in the lead of the division, at least for right now. Scooby-Doo has a chance to try to get themselves back up into that division race. We'll see if they can do it. We start the first category is memorable moments. You have two shows that were full of memorable moments. You have an action cartoon in Thundercats. You have a kind of the family kids show in Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Who provided more memorable moments, Eric?
This is a tough one, but Scooby-Doo, because the mystery storylines, I just like that better. I'm more of a mystery kind of guy.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of mystery about you. All right. Dave, you're going to go next.
I actually agreed with Eric here. I went with Scooby-Doo as well. I just thought they gave you, the unmasking of the villains, which, everybody loves, Miner 49er, the Creeper, you got the famous line, meddling kids, that line. You got the, chase sequences and stuff like that were pretty memorable. The characters, like, the chemistry between Shaggy and Scooby and stuff like that, I think is very memorable as well. And you get that through many episodes. And, I love Scooby-Doo, and I'm picking them here for this category.
All right. Sean?
Yeah, Scooby-Doo all day.
All right. They're up 1-0. Two more, and then they sweep. We move on to theme song. Two pretty memorable theme songs. A lot of kids, that grew up in these eras, they remember both of them. But who had the better theme song? Sean, go ahead.
I gave this one back to Scooby-Doo hands down. Too iconic of a theme song. I think it's more iconic than Thundercats is.
All right. I'm not oying at Sean's answer. I'm oying at the fact that the Sabres just gave up a goal. So, all right. Eric, go ahead.
This is a very tight one for me. Any other matchup, I would have given it to Thundercats, but I'm giving it to Scooby-Doo.
All right. Dave?
Yeah, I'm agreeing with these two. I think Scooby-Doo, Where Are You is more iconic. It's a little more groovy. It's a little more catchy. And I feel like it's timeless. So I'm going with Scooby-Doo here.
All right. They're up 2-0. They can sweep in the next category and find themselves in a very tight division race with One Piece and Rugrats. By the way, Scooby-Doo was swept in stage 1 by Heathcliff. They swept in stage 2. We're going to see if they do that here. If Thundercats get swept, they lose the 10 points they got from beating Biker Mice from Mars. So they had an opportunity to get up in their division that they're competing in with Denver the Last Dinosaur and Tailspin. But it looks like that might not happen. Especially since the next category was switched out from voice acting. And it is overall enjoyment. Dave? You get to
Oh,
start.
overall enjoyment, I'm gonna go with Thundercats here.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I just think it features, some better action, some better dynamic animation. It's a little more cinematic. I think it has like some high stakes scenes that, Scooby Doo doesn't really have. Scooby Doo, Where Are You is kind of like the same repetitive formula, chase scenes and whatnot. So I think I like Thundercats because it offers more in more world building, more intense battles, and more detailed sequences. Um, I really love Scooby Doo, and I really like that show, and I would watch it. But I'm giving it to Thundercats here. I think I would pick them to watch over Scooby Doo.
All right, Eric, go ahead.
Yeah, Scooby Doo. This was the close one. I almost actually went Thundercats, but I went Scooby Doo. I just remember the story as a little kid watching it, so I just remember that more.
So Dave didn't talk long enough to convince you to go with Thundercats.
No.
All right, Sean.
Was it 7 more seconds I needed?
Yeah. That's his usual magic number. All right. Sean, if you're done cleaning up the crime scene, it's your turn. You get to break a tie.
Well, I went with Scooby-Doo on this one. For the reason being, I hated the voice acting in Thundercats.
Okay.
Oh.
So
Well, we know what he would done.
yeah. Yeah.
All right. So, Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Gets its second sweep.
Yeah, voice acting wouldn't have made a difference.
Yeah, I don't think so either. So,
No.
basically, here's the funny thing, and we've seen this happen a couple times already. We saw it happen with Transformers. We saw it happen with My Life as a Teenage Robot, as we talked about at the beginning of the show. Scooby-Doo got swept in stage 1. They have swept the last 2 times in a row. They are starting to get back into the groove of things. And by the way, now they are in a they are in a 3-way race. Obviously, Rugrats is 5 points higher, but they're in a 3-way race right now for their division. Which, by the way, in stage 4 could really get screwed up because it's the gauntlet stage, and a lot of points are going to be on the line. So somebody could be running away with the division there. But right now, it is a very tight division race for Mark Ritchie's division with One Piece, Scooby-Doo, Where Are You, and Rugrats. By the way, he also has Heathcliff, or not Heath. He also has the Woody Woodpecker show in his division, but they have 10 points right now. So they're not necessarily really part of the race yet, but it's starting to get a little get a little crowded in the top at that division. So,
Okay.
and those are 3. Those are actually I actually kind of expected that because each of those shows is kind of a powerhouse.
Right.
I mean, I know which show Dave put his money down on at the tables, but right now, depending on opponents and depending on how depending on how things go, especially in that gauntlet stage, this is a race where it very well could be we could have 3 shows at the very end battling to see who wins the division.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. And I've got nothing against either show too, so it'll be kind of fun to talk. This is one of those things that's kind of fun to track.
Hell yeah.
So, all right.
Definitely.
Wednesday on Animated Showdown, we're going to see the Wild West Cowboys of Moo Mesa take on James Bond Jr. 16 goes against Beavis and Butthead. Vinland Saga takes on Magi Kingdom of Magic. Here's one I know we're all going to enjoy. Galaxy High takes on Josie and the Pussycats. Somebody just died. And the main event is going to be Spider-Man, the animated series, taking on Street Sharks. A lot of division implications in that one as well for both shows. Because Street Sharks is in a division right now that also includes the Flintstones. And by the way, Street Sharks is doing better than the Flintstones.
Who is 16 playing up against?
Beavis and Butthead.
Beavis and Butthead.
Ugh.
Eric's looking forward to that one too.
I tell you who I got my money on.
Yeah, well, I think we all think the same thing. All right. Next Saturday for Animated Hour of Power, it's episode 30. Double Dragon is going to take on Real Monsters. Afro Samurai takes on Seven Deadly Sins.
Oh.
Jabberjaw takes on Gilligan's Planet. And the main event, and this could get very, very ugly. Ren and Stimpy takes on Naruto.
Ooh.
Naruto's
Ooh.
about to smoke that.
Oh, yeah.
Smoke him
Oh,
with
boy.
it. Smoke him with it.
Yeah.
Better hope it doesn't come to fan base, merch. It doesn't come to animation, character development. They pretty much
I
got
was just
every-
going to say,
I think every-
is there anything Ren and Stimpy can win?
Overall enjoyment.
Yeah, if you like it more. If you like it more, yeah.
If you like it more, yeah. But knowing who we're dealing with and knowing the power he has over you.
Yeah, I'm a preach of why Naruto's so much better.
Well, I kind of gave my answer away.
Yeah.
And he gave his answer away.
Yeah. So we know who
So
that
Sean's going to be a tiebreaker.
Yeah. Dave's going to be over there being like, let me tell you, brothers and sisters.
Yeah,
why
you already
Naruto
know.
has-
You already know.
Let me
All right.
preach why Naruto should win this. And
We'll
I
get
already
that
know.
I'm
category
gonna
and
get
Sean will
I'm
stick
going to
it
get
out just
sued
to...
by about 25 different churches just for that impression. All right.
No, no, David will switch that out. Overall enjoyment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would too. And I'd make Sean back me.
Yeah.
Sean would know. Sean would probably agree with me. Overall enjoyment. Maybe not. I don't know.
No, he's
I don't know,
taking our
Eric.
side. You just called him all right. I tell him he's the greatest.
Right?
So there's
John's a
a
legend.
difference. Oh, now he's a legend, huh? Now he's a legend. You see how quick this man switch up?
Yeah, he's like a modern day Democrat.
All right. On that note, make sure to join. Make sure to like and subscribe to the When Tunes Combine YouTube channel. Like, join the Facebook group, facebook.com/group/When Tunes Combine. Also, like and subscribe to the Wrestling Through the Years YouTube channel. This Friday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we will be counting down the top 50 greatest stars of the WWF Golden Era. The Golden Era, which was 1983 to 1993. So make sure you join us for that. I am in the process right now of counting the votes. So it's probably going to take a while. I probably won't know what the results are until Friday at 5 p.m., an hour before we go on the air.
No, Doug, do you want to send it to me and I can put it down?
I don't trust you with math anymore.
I'm not. Never mind.
Yeah. So,
Huh?
huh?
I wasn't even doing that, but whatever.
Yeah. Oh, I thought that's what you were. I thought that's what you were saying. I thought you were volunteering to do the math. What were you volunteering to do?
I was going to ask you if you want me to put it on the bottom ticker.
What ballot?
No, the top 50.
Oh, no, because we're gonna reveal it on the show.
Oh, dog, yeah. Never mind.
If there's any podcast out there that wants to buy him, I'll be happy to sell him for $10.
It's a generous amount.
All right.
I thought you were gonna say free.
No, I got to get something out of it. All right. Also, like and subscribe to Eric's Unscripted Sports Show. Make sure to find Sean on Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, and Kick at TCAX Reaper. Wildcard Dave on Twitch at TCAX Godsend95. Also, like and subscribe to the Dizzle97 YouTube channel. And also like and subscribe to the Stabcast YouTube channel with Daniel and Mindy. We will see everybody Wednesday for Animated Hour of Power.
Yes, sir.
Peace out.
Peace.
Later.